Hey everyone, Leo with Dreaming Tree, and welcome to the assembly video for our gift box hang tag. I have all of my pieces cut out, as should you. And this one's gonna be very simple and very quick if you have a very, very special gift that you're giving this Christmas. We've got a very special little hang tag for you to put on the box. This is the main structure of the hang tag. Obviously you can see you've got a little loop there, or a little hole for your string. And we did also include a print to cut element. For those of you using a Cricut, simply import this file and flatten it, do the print to cut. So we'll just hop right in here. Now before I put this together, I'm just gonna hit this with a little bit of ink just to jazz it up. It's totally not necessary because I know how disposable these tags are. They're kind of looked at and then forgotten. But if you are hopping into the craft room and have a couple hours to kill making something simple and want to get your fingers a little dirty with some ink, by all means take your time and hit this white part, the edge, with a little bit of turquoise. That'll make it look nice and wintry. And for those of you that have never inked before and are interested, you can visit our website, 3dsvg.com. Click on the blog link at the top of the site, or on the little menu on the top left corner. And I believe it's on page 2. We have a section labeled Inking 101, where I have a few videos that I link to where I show some of the strategies that I use. And we also have links to the various supplies, which in this case, it's pretty simple. It's these felt applicators and the inks that we typically use to ink. Okay, so that looks nice. And I'm going to put some glue on the back of this, and I actually started to glue this down, and I forgot that I didn't ink it, so that's why I have some remnants there from a previous attempt. Don't worry about that. Okay, so this is going to go inside. You can see there, I tried to glue it down as well. Match up the little hole there, and then the rest of it should have an even border all the way around, like so. Make sure it's nice and aligned. Press that into place. There we go. Okay, now on the front, we're going to begin by putting our beautiful little pattern down, and that we're actually going to hit with a little bit of ink as well. I want a nice deep red for that. It's not going to show up on the entire print because of the dark color, but it will add a little bit of interest to it. So I'm going to do that. And these are pretty easy to mass produce. If you have some grandkids or your own children that are looking for something to make for the holidays, I think this would be a great little starter project for the younger crowd, because it is mostly flat. There are some dimensional elements, which we'll go over here momentarily, but it's definitely a fun little project to get the kiddos involved with as well. And just going around. Now this is what's called a white core paper. So the center of it, you'll notice that there's a pattern here and a pattern here, but the edge is white. And inking the edges kind of hides that a little bit and blends everything a lot better, so you don't get that very pronounced edge. Okay, so I'm just going around, and again, because of the paper, it's not the most visible inking that you'll see, but it does affect the end result ever so slightly. Okay, so I'll flip this over, and we'll get this glued down onto the front of our little hang tag. Nice and easy. And again, this is the inside, which means that this is the front. And this is going to be completely flush all the way around, no border this time. So just make sure you get that aligned correctly. And I like to kind of hold it upright, or up in the air, I guess you can say, rather than having it on the table. That way I can use my fingers to kind of feel the edge to make sure everything is lined up precisely. Okay, so that's that. Next, we're going to take this piece, and this is the little bow. It's going to go on there, and I'm going to glue that down. And that's going to be flush to the edge and to the side. Okay, just go easy on the glue here. And we picked a nice, almost like a linen sort of look on this gold foil, which is very nice. Okay, just line that up again, using that little hole there where your string's gonna go as your initial guide, and then of course we need it to be flush on the sides and the bottom, and that looks great. Okay, then we have this little guy here. And why not hit this with a little bit of red as well? Could probably actually go with the purple on this. I think that would look nice. The red doesn't really show up very well on red, but if we hit it with a little bit of purple, it'll just very gently darken those edges to give it more of a dimensional look. Very subtle. And again, one of those things where if you have some time and you want to practice, now's the time to do it on something simple like this where it only takes a few seconds. Okay, so that's going to go right in the center. Just throw a little bit of glue on there. We don't need a lot. And just do your best to center that as accurately as you can. Just like that. Okay. And then we have a tiny little gold piece that's going to go in the center. It's like a little flower, basically. And you can dress this up with a little rhinestone afterwards as well. There's our beautiful little flower. And now we're just going to put a little bow together. Now, if you want to give this bow a little bit of dimension, what you can do is take a dowel and place the actual loop, the little bow loop, between your finger and the dowel. Bring this up about 90 degrees and just run the dowel through. Do the same thing on the other side. Okay, you can see how nice and curved that looks. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to glue this down just below this little section here, right where it ends and goes vertical. Okay, so we'll just throw a little bit of glue right on the middle section here, like so, and just line that up nice and centered. There we go. Just hold that in place. And then we'll work, while that's setting, we'll work on the little bow here. So you'll notice on the bow, we have a little center here. There's some score lines to identify where the center is. And we have two little tabs on either side. I'm going to actually take and train this as well. Bring it about 45 degrees. So I've got the bow between my finger and the dowel. Bring it up about 45 degrees. And then just run the dowel through, and you can see that it gives it a slight curve. Okay, now because this is thicker paper, when we go to actually create the bow, I don't want it to crease right here. So training it a little bit will help prevent that. We're going to throw a little bit of glue on this little square here, and then bring this square into this square here, and just press and hold that in place. Make sure it's nice and centered, and you can see the beginning of one of your little bows, one of the sides of the bow. And just continue to hold that down for a moment. And while you hold that, you can apply our glue to the other half, or the other end. And then we're going to bring that in right on top of that little square in the center as well. And just press and hold that down for a moment. Okay, continue holding. Let that set. If you want, you can take and use your little dowel to really push into that little corner there. Okay, and then finally, we have this little piece here, which I should probably hit with a little bit of ink, since it's the same as the other one. And that's going to go right over the center, just to add a little splash of color and finish off the bow. Okay, and again, all this stuff that I'm doing with the inking, completely optional for a piece this small, I would say. Okay, so what we're going to do is put this right in the center, and there's no score lines on this. You're just going to simply fold it over and behind. Same thing here, like that. Okay, and then from the back side, just throw a little bit of glue right at the very end, and you can throw a little bit here on that side as well, and then go ahead and close it up, and press and hold, just like that. There we go. And then finally, we'll take and just attach it right here, like so, and it is ready to go. Okay, so just throw a little bit of glue right there. Don't forget to obviously put your string through there so that you have something to tether it to your beautiful gift that you'll be giving. Okay, and I'm working with a gold foil here. The gold foil is not as permeable, I guess. It's not as textured, so it may take a few extra moments for it to set, but there you have it. Okay, beautiful. Don't forget to put a little rhinestone there, open it up, add your name, don't forget your string, and you are ready to go. So that is going to do it. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please visit us on our YouTube channel and hit that subscribe button. While you're there, hit the little bell so that you get notifications anytime we release a new product, whether it be paid or free. And if you make this or anything from our gift card gifting bundle, which we just released, I would love to see it, and so would the rest of our community. So head over to your Facebook and do a search for Dreaming Tree Official, or you can type in this little URL that you see here at the bottom of your screen. But either way, hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, I look forward to crafting with you again. Hey, thanks for crafting along with me. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, check out some of our other videos, and also please consider hitting that subscribe button. And don't forget to visit our site and check out our free SVG section, where we have over 140 free SVG files complete with assembly videos. I look forward to crafting with you soon.